Okay, let's do our little card trick. Look what I have. I have 3 decks of cards. Oops. 2 of them are basic bicycle decks. One of them is going to be red. The other one, blue. There I am. The other one, blue. Okay? And that's so we can keep track of them. The most important one, however, is going to be this one. This is the zombie cards. And the zombie is going to represent your ancient ancestor. As simple as that. So here's what you're going to do. Open up the zombie cards and 20. Count out 20 zombie cards. 20 of them. Those are representing the genes of your ancestor, okay? This is the genes of your ancestor. Okay. Now, take 20 of each of these cards, and these are going to represent the genes that one of your parents got from his parents. And your parent, whichever one you would like it to be, it doesn't matter, is going to either make sperm or eggs. And you remember, here we are. Oops, oh, here we are. The 2 kinds, blue and red bicycle cards. And you remember that in meiosis, there is crossing over. So in your parent, his mother and his father, let's say pink is mother, blue is father, his mother and father's genes get together and they recombine. So that when the recombination is done and the sperm or the egg is made, the number of genes in that sperm or egg that is from grandma or grandpa, we're going to select half of these, 20 of them, is no longer necessarily the same number. So if we had 10 from grandpa and 10 from grandma, maybe it's 15 and 5, or maybe it's 18 and 2. It's recombined and randomly assorted, remember? We learned about, we had you do the research on random assortment and crossing over. So now, take these 20 cards that represent a sperm, and here's the 20 cards that represent an egg that came from your ancestor who married this other person, okay? Marriage, and let's mix them all together. Mix them all together. Now, take half of them out. Take half of them out and see how many ancestor cards are left. See how many are left. And then let's have another generation of kids. So grab one of the colors, blue or red, depending upon what sex you want to be, and make another cross, and then make an egg and a sperm, or an egg or a sperm, and again count the number of ancestor cards that are left. Write it down. Then repeat the process. So whatever's left, hold on to that one, grab another set of blue or red cards, mix these together like we have a union in a marriage, and go through meiosis and recombine them and make another set of egg or sperm, and then create another marriage and do it again. And do this for maybe 5 or 6 or 7 generations. And I'll bet by the time you get to 10, you don't have any ancestor cards left. There'll be no zombie cards left. What do you think? See what happens. See how fast your ancestors' genes disappear. Now remember, you only started with 20 genes. So when you discuss this, don't forget that you have 30,000 or more genes. So your ancestors' genes won't disappear as rapidly as these cards do. But the card trick would demonstrate some aspect of how fast, give you some impression of how fast genes from your ancestors might disappear. And then I hope, and if not, I hope you found in your research that mitochondrial DNA only comes from your maternal side, from your mother, and her mother's mother, and so forth and so on. And that those mitochondrial DNA that are in your body are very important. And they can be used to trace your ancestry back in time, in theory, all the way to Adam and Eve. All the way to Eve, not to Adam. So then you can look at that and understand that you do have some genes in you, in your mitochondria, not in your nucleus, but in your mitochondria from your ancestor from long, long ago that theoretically have not changed in all this time except possibly for mutation, because mitochondria replicate by mitosis. And did you know that you don't get mitochondrial DNA from your father? Because when an egg is united with a sperm, the sperm's tail falls off, and that's where all its mitochondria is. So you only get mitochondria from your mother's side of the family. Interesting, don't you think? Okay, have fun.